brisket. I got my barbecue shoes on. Gonna smoke me a fat brisket. I got my barbecue shoes on. I got my natural case. I got the hogs on the
BBQPitBoys.com. Today we're going to be cooking up a pit pot roast, and it's real easy to do. All right, to do this, you only need a few things: some beef, some wood, and a good old cast iron pot. Now what we have here is some chuck roast, sometimes referred to as a pot roast. They're about 4.5 pounds each. Getting a good bed of coals going from this fire. Oh yeah. Now, we've got a good sized black iron pot for this. It's about a 12 quarter. And we'll preheat it up on the coals. And for this pot roast recipe, we're going to need a mirepoix, onions, carrots, celery. And I'll show you what we're going to do with those. I do apologize for that. And all you need to do here is to prepare this is to season the meat. All right, you can use salt and pepper. We prefer our SPG. It's got some garlic and other seasoning in there. And you put it on pretty liberally, just like that. Now, if you've never had pot roast before, you definitely got to check this out. There's a lot of flavor in a pot roast, and you want to cook it slow, right? It gets real tender. Now, what I'm doing now is putting some flour, getting some flour, rubbing it in, just like that. Try to get it on all sides. And what this here is going to do is add some texture to the outside of this meat. All right, you'll see. Now, there's nothing better than a pot roast when you're out in the woods, camping out with family and friends. Oh yeah. All right, this Dutch oven is heated up, and we need some oil. And here we're gonna use some pork fat, pork skin, or what they call salt pork. You can use regular oil if you want, but this here is old school tradition. All right, we're rendering the fat out of there, just like that, and we're going to pull it off the pan. And we got the fat the way we want it, right? We don't want to burn it. Now, you take these pot roasts and you're going to brown them on all sides. Just a quick sear. Oh yeah. This is going to be good. Alright. That one's just about seared. You get another one started. Now, one thing about doing pot roast is you want to get as much as you can fit in the pan at the camp or in the kitchen, right? Because it does shrink in size, and you want plenty for leftovers the next day. All right. All sides of the pot roast have been browned. And now we're going to throw in the veggies. And we do this at the beginning so we can keep the meat directly off the bottom of the pan for a while, right? We also give it some flavor and some moisture. And here we're adding some liquid. Use your favorite beer. We'll use about a half a cup. That's all. Remember, there's a lot of moisture in the meat. Put the cover on. And this is going to take about 4 hours, maybe 5. In the meantime, you want to kick back and get yourself ready for the Vegematic War. Now, we do apologize for shooting in front of you like this, but we call this Pitmaster privilege. Now we're about an hour into this, and you can see how the moisture is weeping out of the meat a little bit, right? It's coming along just fine. Oh yeah. Once in a while you might want to check it. Also for how much of simmer you got, right? So we're just going to add a few more coals, and we'll bring it right back up to a simmer. And you may have to do this several times during this 4-hour cook, right? Oh, yeah. Add some more coals. Keep that meat going and simmer. Now, during the last hour of the cooking, you're going to need some more veggies, and we do apologize for that. That's part of this pit pot roast, right? So we'll cut up some potatoes, some carrots, some more celery. Before we add them to the pot, make sure we got plenty of heat. All right, we're about 3.5 hours into this, more or less. And this is the last 45 minutes of the cook, maybe an hour in a slow simmer. You want to cook it to get the potatoes done perfect, the celery, the carrots. The Vegematics are going to love this one. And through the miracle of time, we're about 4.5 hours into this. I'd say it's time to eat. Take a look at that. Oh, this chuck roast will be tender. Oh man, potatoes are right. It's time to cut this up. Now, as you may know, it takes a good, long, slow simmer to do a chuck roast right, to get it real tender, right? Connective tissue breaks down, some of the fat renders out. This is some good eating right here. Plate it up, put it on a sandwich, and like I said, you want to get as much pot roast in there, right, as you can fit in the pan, so you got plenty for leftovers. So leftovers only get better. And of course, as always, we do apologize for eating in front of you like this, but we call this Pitmaster privilege. Eat your heart out, Vegematics. So the next time you're looking for a recipe for your barbecue, check out BBQ Pit Boys.com.